Oh my goodness. What is good, YouTube? What are we here back again once again? Um don't mind me. Just getting ready. Uh Doing stuff. I got Scooby Doo socks. Shout out to Scooby Doo. Sponsor me. Um anyways, it snowed for a minute. For like a few days. And I kind of remember a time when I was younger, I had like a humongous like snowball fight. Well, actually a snowball war with a bunch of my friends and their friends. And I thought I'd just, tell a story about that today. So this might be a long one for you guys, hopefully. Um, so let's jump right into it. Where I used to live at, um, there was this the park. There was this park area, and there's a jungle gyms, whatever, and it snowed a lot there. And so like at school, me and my friends were talking about how we should have a snowball fight at the park. We'd meet up there, and I live like I'd say like maybe a few blocks down. It was I just had to go take a right from my house, and I'd be there. And so, me and my friends, oh yeah, we should do this, we should do that, and like how we would like come up with the teams, whatever, and we'd all like in the classroom. We I don't know why, but like we had a petition to say who would be the captains, whatever. I wasn't a captain, but that's okay. We chose like two of the athletic people from my friends, whatever, and they were captains, and they started like picking off whoever, and I was with one. I was with one that one. I was picked on a team. Obviously, I was one of the last. I wasn't really athletic when I was younger. Um, and it was kind of like even, I guess. The other team had like two kids, but that's okay. So we all went to the park, and we all agreed to go down to this baseball field area to set up our base, whatever. And the other guys, they would go up to the jungle gym. So we had an advantage, obviously, because whenever they were gonna set up their area or whatever, it was all gonna get knocked over by a bunch of kids who were gonna go down there anyways. A lot of the teenagers would go down there and like they would smoke, whatever, they would drink, just mess shit up all the time down there. So that's their fault, not ours. So we're setting up our base, and one of like a few of the kids' dads, they would come over and they would make an igloo. So we had an igloo on our area, which is pretty cool. That took like maybe like 2 days, which we'll get into. So like where everybody's like building up everything. Like we had a few people making ammunition, like making snowballs, whatever, and we're just minding our own business, and like we'd have a messenger go back and forth telling them like what they're doing, what we're doing, and I don't know why, we just did. And we're making an alliance, like we would send others to come over to help, and we would send our people to go over there and help. And we're doing this and that, and I went over there to help to make snowballs. And like one of the kids, they were showing me how, oh yeah, we take like gravel and just put that shit right into the snowballs and like make sure it hurt, or like make it like splatter, like kind of like a shotgun. And I thought that was a great idea. So I'm helping make the snowballs go against us, and then I had to go back to my group because we like switch people, whatever. Even the captains would go. And as soon as I saw the captain, I'm like, hey, what they're doing right now, they're putting gravel into their snowballs to make them like a shotgun. I'm like, oh, that'd be a great idea. Why don't we just do that, but better? And so what he thought of was like, go grab like a few rocks, whatever, like some good size, hand sized rocks when we were kids, right? So like they weren't that good size, but for us they were. And we just put barely any snow on them. So like, oh yeah, these are definitely snowballs. So we were just basically chucking rocks at each other. So we're making these snowballs, and then like someone's had a great idea, a wonderful idea, to make some like ice swords. Basically, what some of the kids would do is that they would like grab a stick or something, dunk it in, like put it like water around it or some crap. I don't know how they did this. And like they would put it somewhere, and it would freeze overnight, and it would just be a big ass like icicle that's durable enough to like hold on for a minute. So we're all getting ready. We're doing all a bunch of stuff, and we're basically going to war. It was amazing. And so we're all planning this out, and like, some of the kids from our friend group, they decided to go ask their friends if they wanted to join. And so a whole bunch of people were coming. I think there was like at least 20 kids on each side, maybe even 30. It's crazy. There's a lot of us. And so basically at school, we'll be repping our color for the thing. I can't remember what we were. I think we were just plain like green or something. We were some type of green. But we were green, other team was like, ooh, what was it? Our other team were kind of, God, what was the other team color? I can't remember. There was some other color. Let's say red for now. So it was green versus red, whatever. Very odd, very odd. They had some weird exotic color. I can't think of that, and I want to get on the story. Anyways, so like, next day, we're gonna meet here at like 4 o'clock. Everybody has to be there, whatever, or at least some people has to be there. And we have our flags, and like whoever can get the flag first wins. And this is like the beginning. So we all meet up, and like our captain, like in our igloo, whenever the dads were done, in this igloo we had this like wooden table stool thing there. It was pretty small, but one of us was the map maker, and he put the thing down. It was just a crayon sketch of like how the playground's supposed to look. It was a shitty ass drawing, by the way. I didn't understand what was going on. I was just there to throw shit. So basically, he's like, our captain is like, let's call him Reese. So Reese, he's all like, okay, so some of us are gonna be right here, and some of us are gonna be over here. We're gonna have 5 people here. I'm gonna say inside the base to make sure our flag doesn't get captured. Our flag was inside this igloo, and it's like 2 of us are gonna have our ice swords, or are outside. They're gonna be our guards, and one of us is gonna be over by this tree. There's a tree close by. One of them is gonna be over there throwing snowballs, and the other person, he's gonna be outside, and then he's all like, and then I want 2 of you guys to stay with me. So there was like 8, I think, if I did my math right. 8 people are going to be staying at Igloo, and the rest of us are going to go out and try and like win, get the flag, whatever. And so he chose an executive captain to go out. I wasn't an executive captain. I was basically one of the army guys. So I was a soldier or whatever. And our platoon, our platoon, we went out and with our captain, whatever, and is all like, okay, so what the plan is that as soon as our team throws a snowball up in the air, that's when we start. And so that was the plan. And so we were all getting ready, whatever, and we were just waiting. And as soon as we saw that snowball go up, everybody just rushed the playground. And we're all running up there with a bunch of snowballs. Someone's literally had rocks, basically. And like we had little sticks on behind our waist, or in our waist with some. I was poor. I wouldn't say poor. Okay, so like I didn't have any snow boots or anything like that. I have no snow pants. So I was wearing jeans, some like tennis shoes, and some like long ass shirt with a jacket. So I had my stick between my like belt. Not belt, but like between the loop, the loopy thingy where you put your belt through. You put it through there. That's where I put my stick at, and I'm charging in, and our executive leader, whatever, he's all like, "You guys go over there, start building a wall, whatever. You guys go fall in. I want you guys to go attack." And I'm over here trying to attack. So I have my little stick with ice on it, and there's a kid in front of me, and we're just going at it. We're throwing snowballs at each other. We had our little like icicle stick. We're just hitting each other as hard as we can. Some of us are getting really, really hurt. And some of us started crying because I look over, and me and this guy just stopped, and we look over and we see this kid with a big ass fucking like stick. It was a whip. He's just like, whoosh, and we heard a smack, and this kid went he went back toward our area, and we just see a big ass whiplash across his face right here. And we're like, no! And he's like bawling his eyes out in tears. And another of the guys, like on the other team, one of the red guys, comes by with their ice stick, and they start just beating the shit out of him. And this is like something from South Park, from like Sick of Truth or whatever. We're just having a big ass war. We're actually hurting each other. We didn't realize this as soon as you actually got hurt. And I went over trying to beat some ass with my actual rock in my hand. Just chucked it at some kid, hit them in the face, and they go flying. And they go, well, I said flying, but they fall down, and they start crying. And so we're just hitting each other with a bunch of ice and snow, crying. And there's some blood actually being shed on the field right now. And I hear on the red side, fall back, fall back. And we see a bunch of the kids get up and they start going. And all of a sudden I felt some kid just clock me right in the face. And he's like, that's what you get for hitting me. And he's gone. I'm like, oh, I was pissed. I was getting mad. And so I tried chasing after him. And they were smart. So like, there was this, what's it called? The monkey bars. The monkey bars. And they set up like a little like rope thing or something. I was too stupid. And I ran over and I fucking slipped and I ate shit right on the fucking the rope part. And I'm just getting pelted with snowballs. And I'm just like, help me. And some of the kids, they had cardboard. And they looked like a shield. And like two of them came by like, go, get him out of here. I'm getting like dragged back. And we fall back. And so some of us are like actually in tears. Like the kid with the fucking whip on his face, it started bleeding really bad. And so our captain's like, yeah, we don't know what to do about that. And so we had to come up with a medic on our team. So the medic, he's all like, oh yeah, just put some snow on that shit. So he just fucking started putting the ice cold snow on him. And he's still crying. And so yeah, I think you should stay here. All right, we need like a backup plan. We need a plan A. We need to make some like, not Suicide Squad. What is it called? Some ninjas or whatever. So like we started picking them up with assassins. And our captain was pretty smart about this. He was all like, so we are gonna try and get more kids on the team, and we're gonna choose the fastest, stealthiest kids on the team, and we are gonna make an assassin squad. And so there's gonna be like maybe 3 of them. And his whole plan was to pick somebody to be an elective for the assassination squad. And there's gonna be 3 of us. And the 3 people are gonna wear the same shirt as the other team, but he would have to talk to the other captain. And so we hear outside, we're getting ambushed, or we're getting attacked or whatever. And so as we're talking about this plan, we go out this igloo, we crawl out, and we just see a bunch of kids just going down this hill. And we're like, oh no, we gotta defend the flag. And so our captain, he's all like, I'm gonna stay in here. You two keep the door closed. Or whatever. They were the one with the cardboard shield, or whatever. They're like, stand the guard down, or whatever. And I go out there trying to defend the flag, and I'm out here throwing snowballs. I'm getting pelted with some. And I see one of the guys start charging down. And it was a kid that punched me in the face. And I was mad at him for that. So I just started running to him. And I'm getting hit with fucking gravel and like rocks and shit. And like ice. And I'm still going. And I fucking tackle him. And I grab some snow. And I started hitting him in the face with the snow. Like I have him like crunched up in my fist. I'm basically hitting him with my fist. I'm going ham on this kid. And all of a sudden I get tackled by another big kid. And he's on the heavier side. You know, he's kind of chubby. And he just tackles me. And I can't get this kid off of me. And so he has some snow. He started covering my face in it, trying to drown me in snow. And all of a sudden I hear my captain, that's enough, we're coming after your flag. And our captain, I try and look over off this big kid. I see my captain go out with these two kids with the flipping cardboard boxes in front of him, just holding, trying to protect him from the snowballs. And I guess their captain was on our side, because I look up. Well, I tried to. I try and look up, and I think I see their captain is like, fall back, they're getting our flag. And I see this chubby ass kid just get up off of me, and I could barely breathe because all the weight is on me. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but he was just really heavy, and I couldn't breathe hardly because all the snow in my face. And so I get up so I kind of get up a little, and I see all the kids go back, and I see my captain. I'm like, go captain, you can do it. And he's really fast. He's one of the fastest kid on our class or whatever. So he is going, and everybody starts following. So I'm getting up here, and I see a few of the kids like on the team go to the monkey bars, and they start tripping over their own trap. And so I thought that was funny. I started laughing. And like, I guess their flag was like across the street to this like house, and it was on their fence. And I guess like they didn't, like, the owners of the house didn't know. Apparently none of us like lived there. So there's a random flag there. And I guess I see a bunch of kids, like, just imagine that. Like, just imagine you're in your house, you know, with a fireplace going on, watching some good old flipping Gravity Falls or something, with some hot cocoa in your slippers, all comfy and stuff. You're sipping. You hear like a battle cry outside. You look out, just a bunch of like 5 to 7 year olds just running down toward your house, just screaming, get the flag, run, and try to protect it. And yeah, just imagine that. What are you gonna do? And so I'm trailing a bunch of these kids. I was slow, so I'm trailing a bunch of these kids. And I see when the adults come out, and they're all like, what are you guys doing on my lawn? And I see my captain grab the flag, and he's darting it back across the flipping street or whatever. He's running to the left. And I'm trying to chase down my captain, trying to protect him. And I have my stick, whatever. It's really short. And I'm trying to like trip kids with it, and it's not working out. I thought it'd be cool, but I'm trying to trip the other kids, and it's not working out. And I see my captain just gone. He's going downtown, and he's going back to our igloo. And somehow, some way, like, nobody saw this coming. The other captain, he was waiting on the playground. And my captain started jogging. He was out of breath. He's going downtown to the flipping the baseball field area, and all we see is the other team's captain, flying monkey, just fucking tackles our captain. He tackles him, and the flag is on the ground. He's like, get the flag. 3 of these other kids come out from this big tree. I told the story where the big tree, when I'm climbing up it, embarrassing story moment, I fell down, ripped my pants off, whatever. That tree. 3 of these kids come down, they grab the flag, and they go back to, like, whatever the adult area or the other people's house. And so we're all running and stuff, and everybody's like slipping and falling, because this is like where the icy area is, kinda. And we're trying to get the flag back, and all of a sudden the adults start like actually coming out, and they're like, hey, and everybody stops in their tracks, scared as hell. And we're listening to the adults, and they're telling us how it's very dangerous for you guys to start crossing the street like that, this and blah blah blah, and like, just don't be stupid. Try to cross the street ever again. We're gonna call the cops on you if you cross our street again. And so the other team's captain is like, time out. And our captain's like, okay, time out. So Reese, another captain, let's call him Race, okay? Reese and Race, they're over there talking, and they come up to everybody there. And so they're all like, okay, we made the decision where they're gonna move their hideout, team base, whatever, across the other park. And so our park is big. So we have the baseball field, and they'll have this like kind of tree-like area, kind of. I don't want to say forest, but like there's a lot of trees in this area. So they're gonna go down there. We're gonna be over here, and the next day we are gonna we're gonna start our game again, but we're gonna make some improvements. So we're gonna wait another day. Um, so everybody goes home. The kid with the cut on his face, he goes home, and I'm scared about that because I didn't suspect that was gonna happen at all to him. So I'm telling Reese like, hey, we might like have a problem with him because we might get in trouble because of his wound, and he's like, oh, we could just kick him out. So I felt bad for that kid. He had to get kicked out of the game because we didn't want him snitching, and we told him the story about like how he was riding his bike and he fell. Don't know why he'd be riding his bike in the snow, but I guess that's the parents fell for it, I guess. So that's what happened. Next day we're at school, whatever, and Reese was talking to Reese about the assassin thing. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. But like they made a deal about how we can't switch clothes or anything. We can't like change our colors, but we can wear something over it. We have to keep like a part of it showing. And so we're like, okay, cool. So we try and ask a bunch of other kids to join, and some of them agreed, some of them didn't. But like we just had a bunch of kids now, just almost like full of the whole school almost was going to be on this later on. So in the morning we we made our plans, whatever. So after school everybody goes home. We said, hey, we're going to meet here at 4 again. And I'll leave the story down to that. I'll try and make an upload again. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button at least. You can subscribe if you want. I don't really care. I want this to be my career. I want to soon be able to make games, but I'm too poor to have a PC or like an Xbox or whatever, and too stupid to know what I'm doing. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. I don't really have an outro, so bye.